Hey, what's going on YouTube? It's fineokay, and today I'm bringing you guys the first in-review game. So basically what this is going to be is I'm going to take a gameplay from my stream. Usually it's going to be me listening to music, because lately I've been trying to listen to music more because I think it's more entertaining for my stream. And because of that I can't really upload those gameplays. But that gives me an opportunity to maybe watch over the game with the gameplay muted and the music muted, and I can just talk about the game, sort of like a play-by-play, but it's in review. Obviously, that's the title, so I can review the game and watch it and just relax, so I don't have to worry about playing well. I can just talk about what I did, why I did things, and maybe what I should have done instead, and stuff like that. So I thought it was a good idea for a series that I will actually be consistent with. So yeah. I'm playing Erlang into Bologna today, and I'm starting with the Warrior's Blessing. I think Warrior's Blessing is actually really good right now with the Chalice and Boots. One, I want to rush Boots because I have TP. I can TP back in and it'll be really strong. What I'm doing here is I grab my pin so that I can hit the wave behind the tier 1. That way when it gets to my wave, I already have some damage on it. I might be able to outclear. It's worth trying because Bologna will outclear me pretty much no matter what because her Bludgeon's OP at level 1. She's still going to be outclearing pretty much everyone. So in review, I don't know if I should have done this, honestly. I think I probably should have just gone for my turtle and just, done it like normal. I would not have been able to get any damage on it behind the tower if I went turtle, but that's okay. I was just trying stuff out, and maybe in another matchup where, the soul laner doesn't clear as well as a freaking Bologna, I might have been able to outclear. But yeah, it's worth trying on some gods. So basically, the meta with level 1 is you clear the wave, then go grab your blue. Usually it's done before you get there, especially on a god like Merc. That jungle should probably not share that next wave. So what we're doing here is Merc's, I guess, just looking see if they're on blue or something, and then he's gonna go do mids and stuff. Their jungler is sharing, which is actually good for me. Sharing is still good, especially for the team in like competitive setting. But if like you're a soul laner and the enemy solo is sharing with their jungler and you're not sharing with yours, it's good for you. You'll eventually get ahead from it. So you just got to hit level 2 because I didn't share blue. If you share the big minion on blue, you'll hit level 2. But if you don't, then obviously you won't. So since his jungler was here and he pushed with his solo, he's just going to outclear me pretty easily. Also, he's Bologna, like I said, and he's been here. I'm just trying to interrupt Bludgeon just so I can get a little bit of poke and, also hit the wave so I can clear a little bit faster. I'll lose a little bit of gold to tower here unless the wave comes back and meets with it, which is probably what's going to happen. With Warrior's Blessing, you can really easily tank the minions so that the next wave will come, so you shouldn't lose too much gold, and especially on a character like this. So basically I just want to hit level 3 so I can try and contest clear. I'm interrupt Bludgeon again. There's a large window where you can interrupt Bludgeon with Erlang, so that's good. And also, I'm constantly trying to hit him because I want to stack my Warrior's Blessing up. The faster you stack it up, the better. Also, it gives you good sustain in lane, so that's okay. So the big number that we're trying to get to this season is 1050, maybe a little bit extra so I can grab some wards along with refilling my chalice. So that's basically all I'm doing here, as I'm trying to get enough gold for my boots. And that's when I can actually start contesting with Bologna as far as trading and stuff, because Erlang does a lot of damage with boots. So he'll definitely out-trade a Bologna if you play it correctly and interrupt Legend, taunt and stuff like that. He probably could out-clear me here. I think he played a little bit too passive. I would never have been in danger of dying, really, just because Warrior's Blessing, and I can stack it again here, which I probably am going to, hit it again. So yeah, like I said, I'm just constantly doing that. Then Merc comes over so that we can get blue on cooldown, which is really good. Always having that blue buff on you is really cool this season. I'm not really too sure how balanced it is, or I mean, I guess everybody can have a buff for 2 minutes. I guess, well, 4 people can constantly. So anyway, since I'm just ahead in health and stuff like that, and she's just worrying about the wave, I decided I'm gonna poke her a little bit. Usually, you want to use your turtle if you think they're gonna trade poke, because then you'll have a shield after, and you can auto cancel with it really well. But if you're just trying to get a kill, or just feel like that they're not gonna return any damage to you, you can just switch. You can just go with your mink, and then you'll be able to Fatalis them down. So I'm going to hit 5 here. It looks like Bologna's going to pick up her blue, which is fine. I'll hit 5, and then I'll probably, I think I'm just going to back and get my full boots. Like I said, it's a really big power spike, and it's kind of why I'm like going teleport right now. I like going teleport so I can rush my boots as fast as possible, get back to lane, and keep up the pressure. Because with blue buff spawning at 2 minutes, there's opportunities to, invade that blue on cooldown. So this is a qualifier, by the way, guys, so that's why I'm kind of trying grabbing wards. Sometimes I wouldn't grab wards in rank just because I could have stopped there, could have stopped my mink and hit him with my 2, but I knew that he was just going to get teleport, so it's no big of a deal. Not that big of a deal. If I hit my mink, maybe I could have tried to kill him, but again, just throwing out my 2, not really much for poke because it really doesn't do any damage, but just to stack my Warrior's Blessing, constantly stacking it up. That right there, you don't have to do, and in fact, I took a little bit of damage for it, but it's more of like just like keeping the pressure up on him, making him feel bad. You know what I mean? Well, not really, but you know. But this is what I'm talking about. You can actually out trade Bologna even in this situation. The thing is with Warrior's Blessing, that reduces a lot of the mink damage, and right there, I was just waiting for her bludgeon with I already used my turtle, so I just needed to use my taunt to interrupt her, but I got her really low, and that's really good. She had an XP lead on me before this wave, so now she's really low, and what I'm trying to do is regain my lead. So I'm, you know, just keep throwing out those pins. I hit the wave and her, so I can stack my Warrior's Blessing, which is good. Looks like Bastet's coming over for the gank, and like I said, Warrior's Blessing is really good against like tick damage and dot damage and stuff like that, so I just I'm not really afraid of the Bastet being here. Also, she's kind of low mana. Maybe if she cats me, they can kill. Maybe, but in that situation, I'm not really that worried. And then finally, I stack up my Warrior's Blessing all the way, so we got to evolve, so that's good. We force Bologna back, so that's going to really help our lead. And I'm calling for the blue invade, since Bastet's really low. She wants to back, well, really low on mana, and Bologna already backed. So this is what I'm talking about. Since I was able to TP back in with full boots, keep up the pressure, poke out Bologna, we're able to invade this blue. Now, this season, that's not that big of a deal, just because it respawns so fast, it's not worth as much. But consistently doing it and then kind of always keeping up that pressure so that you're pushing waves under tower, you're always on their side of the map, it's still going to be really important. So keep that in mind. Pressure is still a pretty important thing. So we're just coming back to wave here. We are out of pots, but our taunt is back up. Using Erlang taunt in lane a lot is pretty good, I think. Just grouping up the wave here to outclear her. She didn't hit me with the bludgeon, so therefore the front minions didn't go to her. She's gonna clear basically on time with me, but we can always out trade her in this situation as Erlang. But we're getting ganked. All you have to do is worry about the cats. They use both their ults, but I still have my taunt type, so no big deal. I root the cats, which is really important there. Make sure you root the cats. If the cats kept chasing me, I would have been slowed. Probably wouldn't have mattered. I probably wouldn't have died. But just the threat there is important to deal with. So make sure you root the cats there, and you know, of course, use your taunt to mitigate damage. They use both their ults on me, so I call that out to my team. Make sure they know as much information as possible. Bologna looks like she hates me, so she comes back to lane to mess with me. But she's really low mana, and I have a blue buff, and she doesn't. So I know that once I clear this wave, this next wave, I'll be fine. Bastet cats are down, so if they gank, you know, no big deal. And I'm just waving at her because I don't know. It's funny. Looks like Merc's looking for the gank, so I'm trying to play as passive as possible to make him think that I'm getting Bastet ganked. And he gets Merc ulted, and I'm pretty sure we just get a free kill here. Yep. Easy as that. So I played really far back to act like I was afraid of a Bastet gank because I knew the Merc ult would come. I'm not too sure where Mercs can even ult this season as far as like the line of sights and stuff, but that was pretty good by Mercury. So anyway, I have TP up. I have 1900 gold. I really want to build Glad Shield because I think me and Bologna are going to be trading a lot. Glad Shield's really good for that sort of thing. You know, it helps you win the lane. If I thought more, I just need to worry about team fights and that I could carry my team in the team fights, then I might go another option. I might go start working on like a Nemean or maybe even a Mystical Mail or something like that. But since I think we're going to trade a lot, Bologna likes to fight me, I'm going to be going Glad Shield, and I think I go Stone a Guy next. I would go that, I think, just because, you know, it helps for that same thing. Lots of trading, a lot of auto attack trading. You know, Stone a Guy really regens that up pretty fast. I just mink back in the lane here because I realize the minions are minning. She's trying to ignore me, and I don't really like that. I missed my mink. If I hit my mink there, she'd be about half health right now. But she uses her disarm pretty well, and I'm just kind of hitting her in the wave at this point. And like I said, I can trade with her easily because I have Glad Shield. I really should be checking to see what her item is, but I interrupt the bludgeon there, which is perfect. I see the Bastet in the jungle right there, so I know I need to play a little bit back until I see her there. I see her mid, so that means I can play up in my lane now. And like I said, just grouping up the wave and also hitting her a lot because I have Glad Shield. It's going to keep me winning these poke trades very easily. So yeah, I don't think I've checked her items yet, but again, just keep doing it. I have the shield, so I can take some tower damage. And then, you know, I hit her again with my missed my taunt there. That was really bad. Poorly played. I thought that she wouldn't have seen me taunt because of X-Ball, but we forced the ult anyway, and we're still gonna be, you know, chilling in lane. We pop a pot. That's fine. She's really low, and I'm just trying to stop her back just to mess with her because I know that I can either zone her out of this next wave or get the tower, or maybe if she steps up, her ult's down, I just forced it, I can easily kill her. So I'm kind of just hoping for that. So we're just clearing the wave. She's running away, and I'm going to stop her back, keep stopping her back, make sure that I can get that tower. If Bastet ganks, they probably kill me. But it's all worth it because I got the wave. I'm putting minions under tower. He's really low, so if anybody comes over, they might be able to get a cleanup kill or something like that. So right here, I'm just trying to zone her. And I do get a little greedy. A little ranked mentality here is just to go for the kill. This was pretty greedy. I know that I can get the kill pretty much every time, but I'm going to die for it because I'm taking a tier 2 tower at 9 minutes for about 6 shots or something. So that actually might not have been worth it because I didn't get the next wave. If I had gotten that next wave, it would have been 100% worth it because that tower would be for sure dead. So I get a tower from that, a kill, a death, but I also get the next wave. So and she was zoned out of a lot of waves there. But since I didn't get that, it's not as worth. It's still, it's pretty much just a 50-50 trade, no big deal. But I still zoned her out of those previous 2 waves, and the tower looks like it's going to die anyway to Mercury. So we get the left tower in the process because it's not me zoning. And something you'll notice a lot this season is how long I stay in lane. Like, I'm pushing my waves to tier 2 like almost every time. Just because the map's really big and having those waves push is super important. Because they do a lot of damage to towers. Towers will die super fast if you don't have your waves push. And also, it's going to be a little bit harder for junglers and for mids to rotate to your lane when you're that far pushed up, just because there's so much farm to be had. And they also need to be worried about pushing their waves. And since the map's a little bit bigger, that's kind of important. So yeah, I'm going to go stone a guy here. My TP's up pretty soon. One thing with ranked, I'm just practicing TP because I like it. One thing is communication's so good for TP, so if you're in comms with your team in rank, that's going to help a lot. You can coordinate TPs, you can coordinate when you need to TP and when you can save it and stuff like that. Tell your teammate to defend your wave so you don't have to rush there, stuff like that. And I'm just continuing the poke trade for the same reason. No way I'm going to kill him there. He has his ults up, so I just go back to the wave. But like I said, even if he, maybe does a little bit of damage to me, I'm going to win the trade almost every time. I'm pretty sure he went Glad Shield this game. I'm not too sure. I should be checking the items right now, but that's one thing I can fix in review. Anyway, right here, hitting with that again, keeping my Glad Shield procs up, and also just grouping up the wave easily. This tower's for sure gone. If he tries to defend it, I have a lot of kill potential. One thing I need to do more, or do better, I guess, is to actually place my wards after I buy them. A lot of times I'll just buy the wards and then just have them in my inventory. Once again, Glad Shield proc and grouping up the wave or whatever. So I'm just doing that. Have my wave pushed to tier 2. I'm going to look for their back camps, maybe gank mid here. Bologna probably will call that I'm missing and that they should retreat middle. That's what should happen, but I see that Bologna's coming and I just want to keep up the pressure, so I mink towards her, and I want to also get her blue, so and push another wave. I'm just making her think that I'm not on it, but she decides that she's going for a wave, so I say, well, I'll just do it. And also, I probably out-secure her anyway, just because of mink damage, and I can interrupt bludgeon if she goes for that. I can turtle it. So right here, she's out-trading a little bit just because she has her block stacks up, and I have a full minion wave that I'm trying to worry about. But like I said, none of that matters because I can just do that. And those auto-cancels and that the full combo there just makes you out-trade Bologna, you out-trade Osiris, pretty much everybody. Unless they somehow, maybe like they ult over it. If they ult over it, that's a really good play, and that's one way that they can out-trade you in that combo. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty sick for lane. I have a lot of gold here. Bastat's looking for the gank, but I know I'm pretty tanky. That I know that I can, out-trade her and maybe even look for a 1v2. So I'm just doing that. I'm really big. I'm 3 levels ahead of Bologna, 3 levels ahead of Bastet. With that little poke I did on Bastet there, Mercury came over and got the gank. So that was good, and I got the assist for that. One way to pretty efficiently clear waves now with Erlang is your mink doesn't full clear anymore, so what you can do is just 3 it and then walk away into it, and then I'll pretty much full clear. You'll get the last hits for it too. So the build here is I'm going Pestilence. With lifesteal being so important, a lot of Stona guys, a lot of stuff like that, you're almost always going Pestilence. You're going to need it, especially for those ADCs building lifesteal and crit. So Pestilence is really good. I also decided to go Blink. I think that Thorns is pretty necessary, but Blink is fun to mess around with in ranked. However, if you are 100% trying to win, I think that Thorns is probably the go-to. And usually, if you're going Thorns, you should probably go Nemean. Nemean and Pestilence are pretty much a must-buy in every game in solo. Like I said, just 3ing through the wave and then 2ing it, and that will full clear and get the last hits and everything like that. One thing I probably could have done better this game is to invade these back camps more. I've been keeping up on invading this blue, right? So that's good. See, like that, easy full clear. I've been keeping up invading this blue, which is good, but I think I could have put more pressure on those back camps to really spread my lead across the map so that Bastet was having more of a rough time. Just clear that really easily. Blue buff dies so fast this season. That's basically it. And like I said, I'm staying in lane for a while, just keeping up this pressure, keep invading this blue, making sure that Merc has a lot of room to wiggle on the right side of the map. He can invade those backs, he can kill Bastet, he can basically do whatever he wants. So basically my side of the map is really won. It depends on what's going on in duo lane, but if duo lane's doing okay, then this game's pretty much over, because I've got a huge lead, keeping up that pressure on the right side of the map. Stuff like that, we can transfer that lead. One thing I probably could have done better this game, maybe even other games that I've been playing lately, is making sure I can transfer my lead over to other sides of the map. So this is a really silly dive here. We'll probably end up getting the kill no matter what, but it's just a little bit awkward. It may not be worth it. Bastet comes back towards me because Merc was over there, and I just use my taunt to make sure that I'm still full health for this. Looks like X-Ball is coming for the gank. I'm not too worried. Actually, no, it wasn't X-Ball, it was Merc, it was my teammate. I'm not too worried there, though, just because, I'm really tanky. I have full Stone of Gaia. Their magical damage is going to be mitigated a whole lot by the amount of health I have, the amount of regen I have, and the amount of magical defense I have. So I'm going to get the kill here, maybe? No, I actually drop it because the Bologna's slow. So that was really good slow by him. Fafnir's still looking for stuff here, but that's no big deal. I definitely can win that trade. We know that Fafnir jump was down, so I just go for the kill there. Had to juke the Agni Bomb there, which is good. I'm regenning a lot with Stone of Gaia right now, so I'm not too worried. Just getting this speed buff because X-Ball's dead, Fafnir's dead. Agni, I know where he was, and Bastet, I think, had just respawned, probably. This should be a free kill. The way I'm playing it is, I know that my Thoth is right there, and the Merc was coming too. I just have to play that patiently. I don't have to dash into him because I know that Thoth can, hit him. And if I just sit there, he'll eventually dash away. So I'm just like, just playing patient because there's no way for us to really drop that kill. So yeah, like I said, Nemean's pretty much a must-buy, so I'm going that next. Your last item is kind of, like, you can change it up based on the comp. I've been really liking Void Shield last item. I've been liking, whatchamacallit, what is it, Sovereignty. Maybe you have to go something else like a Magi's because they just have so much CC. And on a character like Erlang, it's a pretty big deal. Same with Wingblade. Wingblade's pretty good on Erlang since he has no slowing immunity in his kit. Something to keep in mind, guys, with this is I'm watching this on my Twitch, and I'm like recording over it, like the actual gameplay. So if it's like laggy or anything, like quality's like too bad, I can in the future I can switch it up and render it out and stuff like that. And then the Fafnir, I guess, couldn't see the builds. There's a bug right now where you will see your teammates' builds instead of the enemy builds on the enemy team. So he was just asking me what they were building, and I said, oh, okay, well, that's kind of dumb. I don't want him to have a disadvantage, so I told him our builds, or at least the gist of our builds, so he could have at least a decent time counter building, at least try to counter build. And get a sip of water here real quick. So I didn't push my wave in a little bit. I was kind of ganking mid and staying there for about 2 minutes, so I need to start pushing my waves again. I need to get to level 20 eventually. Right now, hitting level 20 around 21 minutes, 22 minutes is probably your goal in solo, because you get so much solo farm. You should be the first level 20 in the game for the most part, unless your jungler is just hyper farming and getting tons of kills, then you should be the first level 20. So I see that Bastet's looking for the gank, so I just wait for her to jump, and then I taunt both of them. She uses her cats on me. I'm winning this trade pretty much 9 times out of 10, so I'm just going for it. I misplay a little bit there, but I know that my team's following up, so it's not that big of a deal. I probably should have just turtled. I didn't need really Fatalis or Mink because they were going to CC me anyway, so I wouldn't have been able to keep it up. So the turtle would have been a little bit better there. A lot of times the turtle was just better, in all honesty. But I know that my team's going to rotate. I know that I can 1v3 for about 15 minutes, so I just wait for my team and just kind of keep up the 1v3. I'm looking for this Agni to dash. Probably should have waited to activate my one until after my Mink. I probably would have killed here if I did. He actually ended up getting out. But I can dive the Sphinx for however long I want. That's his beads. That's worth it. I'm waiting for my 2, see if I can get him before he enters his fountain, but he gets into fountain time and gets a tick of healing. I may have actually even missed my 2 there, but either way, I knew it wasn't going to kill because he was going to get the fountain healing. I was just going for it. But this is a free Phoenix because we got the wave. We were just like super far ahead, and we had pushed the wave a lot. But I guess we don't get the Phoenix. So the one thing this season is that Phoenixes are really hard to push. They're pretty tanky. I'm telling my team to turn here. I'm kind of baiting my team because I have sustain and they don't. So this is probably a bad play. This is more like a rank play, just like seeing what we can do, testing our limits. Or, as some would say, just throwing. Um, but I'm pretty much dead here if they play this right. But I guess I get a Geb shield, so I'm not into that too bad of a spot. I did see that Agni used all his bombs, so that's no big deal. Thankfully, Thoth gets out, right? I'm pretty sure he gets out. But I can just back from an EM. That was kind of I kind of baited my team there. But I do have the TP, so I'm coming back pretty much full health, so... Or full health. There's a lot of dead people here. And I remember playing this, and I was like, oh, I thought he was for sure dead to Thoth there, so I was just going to go for their carries, or at least the Agni. And the Bologna was really low, too, so... we ended up getting that kill, but they get a nice stun, and I didn't want to chase too hard because I knew that I probably wouldn't be able to get them. So we kind of dropped a few kills there. They played it pretty well. X-Ball had a good Aegis. They had a good shell, yada, yada, yada. But I think if we played a little bit better, we could have gotten more kills. If we were in comms there, it would have been better because, you know, I could have asked the Thoth if he for sure had gotten it. We ended up getting Agni, but I think we could have done it sooner rather than taking like 30 seconds on it. So everybody's up on our team. We have 2 picks. We have a Mercury Izanami. We pretty much can pull fire here and instantly get it. The issue is Izanami's pushing mid and Merc isn't here yet. Pretty sure if I tanked it, Merc could just solo it. But like I said, it's a little bit sketchy without Izanami being there and their team being there. So we decided to just go on him. Izanami's getting a free tier 2 right now, so we're just chasing him out. You know, making room for her so that she can easily get that. And I figure we can get a pick here. We hit level 20 around 21 minutes, like I said. This Fafnir really should have been dead, but the Merc didn't come and auto him one time, so that's unfortunate. This is kind of a throw, though, because we just got a free tier 2. Izanami kept pushing, I guess, or was still mid, and ended up dying for it. Merc kind of got like one shot, and then I ended up dying because, you know, we're already all dead. So this was a little bit of a throw. They got a lot of gold for killing me because I was really big. I think that was, what did it say, 520 or something? I don't know if that's what it actually was, but... Geb was also pushing left for some reason. I guess split push Geb is OP. This should be a free fire for them, depending on how this Thoth plays it. We'll have to see. Gets Bastet jumped. He kind of randomly throws out his ult. He hits somebody. He gets disarmed. He actually might have been able to steal there had he not been disarmed. Disarm works on Thoth 1. He uses both his actives. He shouldn't have used both actives. He's for sure dead there. He should just let himself die. He went for the steal. You know, whatever. Nice play, but he didn't get it. He should have just let himself die, not waste his actives for the next push. I was thinking about going Void Shield here, but I figured we might need the Sovereignty for the defense and also for the push. My Geb might already have it, but it's a good item to have. I was thinking about going Midgardian, I think, but I said no, I'm going to go Sovereignty because I already have Nemean. Midgardian and Nemean kind of counteract each other. Not too much. They're still like decently efficient, but I figured Sovereignty is a really good pickup here. It's a good item, a defense item now on anyone, like just picking it up. You don't really have to worry about the aura part. Like, you know, you may not be with your team and you may not be making a maximum efficiency of that aura, but the item itself is a good defense item. I think it gives you 65 or 70 physical protections and 200 health, and then 25 HP 5, which is pretty sick. A lot of HP 5, especially with, you know, Stone of Gaia and a Fire Giant if you ever get that. So we're just giving up our tier 1 because we weren't grouped. We probably could have defended it. Even though they have fire, we still have the lead, and our team comp is still pretty good. So I see an opportunity to get a good taunt off. They grouped up pretty hard, so I went for it. This is a really bad play. So in review, I should not have gone to this Bastet. I should have stayed on that X-Ball. I should have stayed on their carries and stuff instead of going to chase this Bastet. And it cost my Geb a death, which is my fault, 100% my fault there. Should have just kept going on down mid lane and trying to go on them, instead of chasing Bastet for no reason. But Mercury ends up getting the X-Ball kill, so that's fine. I'm just chasing out Bastet so that we can, or not Bastet, Bologna, so that we can do gold. Pretty sure Bastet just ended up backing because she was 1 HP, right? So we either should go gold here or middle Phoenix. Agni's spawning in 10, so we should probably not go mid Phoenix. Gold's pretty much free if Merc goes to it. So I'm just kind of messing with them at their backs so that we can create some room to, you know, make some decisions and, you know, bait some people. So we get gold. There's a really big wave in left that somebody needs to push out. The issue this season I've found is that a lot of the waves just like push so hard. Like that wave in left is snowballing so hard. There's like what, there's got to be like 15 archers there or something. It just from the way it looks on the map. But we decided that we'll transition over to the Pyromancer and get that. Pyromancer is pretty useless. It's just something you do if you can, and you have a lead and stuff like that. It's nowhere near as good as Portal, which is a good thing because Portal was kind of snowbally. But like I said, it's pretty useless. So only do it if you can, and nothing really else to do when you have a lead or something like that. Honestly, the passive you get from coming out of base is cool, but it's like, I mean, it's just like Swiftwing. It's like, I don't know. It feels cool, but it's not that big of a deal. Anyway, so we killed 2 or 3 people who had fire. We stopped their push. We got gold. We have an even bigger lead, even though they had fire. We got Pyromancer as well, so more of a lead. So we're in a really good position here. It doesn't even matter if they have fire. We can fight in the jungle, and we can outwin or outtrade them, and especially if we play it correctly, just based on our comps. So, yeah, one issue looking back is they have a lot of slows, especially X-Ball, Bastet, stuff like that, Fafnir. It would have been really good for me to go sprint this game if I could have, but Thorns is probably the pickup. So Merc gets a really good ult off in mid, so I just go for the gank. I'm pretty sure he ulted, got a 3-man ult, and then won them and got like crits. Right there, I got a 3-man taunt off, and the thing was, Thoth was charging his ult. That's why I taunted right then. I heard him charging it, and for some reason he canceled it. He could have shot his ult off right then and got a 3-man triple collateral on free-for-all, but I guess I don't know, for some reason he canceled it. I figured we could dive the Fafnir here since his jump was down. We get a kill, and then we can just get Phoenix, but more important, just get the Phoenix here. We didn't need to chase that Fafnir out. His jump was coming back up anyway, so we just get the Phoenix, which is really good. And we have 3 down, and somebody calls Attack the Titan, and I wasn't really paying attention. Sometimes I do that on stream, so I was like, wait, that's actually a good call. We can easily kill this. So I just zone out their people real quick and get aggro on the Titan because I can tank it for a while. I'm just going to tank this until I die. No big deal. Agony spawns, but it looks like we have enough damage on it. You can't see it because of the border on the top is in the way, but that's okay. Just know that I calculated it in my head as we were going, and I said, oh, I can just take this until death, and we'll end up killing it, no problem. So I take the death for it, which is no big deal. So we end up getting the win. So one thing I could have done better this game, like I said, is just transfer my lead over to the other side of the map better. Also, maybe put more pressure on those back camps since I did have a lead. Also, notice how I gained the lead once I had my power spike. Once I knew I could out-trade her, I started going on her and making sure that she was zoned out of waves, that she was always low health on her tower. I try to make sure that I get an XP lead and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, that's basically it, guys. That's the first in-review video. Let me know if you guys like it. Let me know if you want to see more of this. It's a new series I'm starting. Like I said, it just makes more sense, and it's makes it easier for me to play well on stream and also explain things off of stream and stuff like that, so it's not live and stuff. So yeah, like I said, if you like this video, let me know if you want to see more of it. Leave a like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff for all the Soul Lane content in Season 5. It's going to be a real fun season. I have some stuff to announce this week and in the future. I'm going to be streaming today as well, so come check it out. Today's Sunday, by the way, Super Bowl Sunday. So yeah, see you guys later.